Wow, that is a really great question. I would say as an actor, race has been the primary driving component of my career, because I think one of the things that's really difficult about talking about racism in entertainment is that it's so mixed up in all of these other things. There are deeply rooted, entrenched, systemic racist beliefs and thoughts that have been perpetuated by data. And, you know, the one that comes to mind is that Black content doesn't sell, that Black films don't sell, that films starring Black leads, and especially Black queer leads, won't be able to find an audience in America or abroad. And we now know, having interrogated that the reason that's the case is because the films that have more marketing invested in them tend to have more success overseas. The more money you put into something, the more money you tend to get out of it, in the sense of, like, if the content is good, more people can see it. So because of this thought process that Black films don't sell, their budgets tend to be lower, their marketing budgets tend to be lower, so the product is generally not as high quality as the content that's getting more funding. And then once the content is made, it isn't marketed as widely because there's a belief that it won't sell. It's this catch-22. If you don't market it, people won't go see it. But then no one goes and sees the movie because they didn't market it, and then there's another data point that shows, see, Black movies don't sell. And I think there's that element of it, which is sort of this codified belief system that is perpetuated continually. And then I think there's this other element of creating a show, which is that you do have to have some level of objectivity in order to sort of like create a mix of people. And I think the conversations I've heard are basically that casting directors or producers or directors, they liken race to hair color, in the sense that, like, we can't have 3 redheads in the show. There has to be one redhead, there has to be one blonde, there has to be one brunette, we have to mix it up. And so I think from that kind of objective mentality, they then start saying things like, oh, well, this isn't a Black role. We're not going Black with this role. And it's like, okay, well, why not? Like, why aren't you going Black with the lead? Why aren't you going Black with the Ivy League graduate who is, really interesting and flawed and complex? Why are you only letting the best friend be the Black role? And then I think on top of that, because of my intersectionality, being both Black and gay, oftentimes in that same conversation, the role is either gay or it's Black. It's very rarely both, because now we've checked 2 boxes with one person, and that means we can't have as much variety. We want to have one Black one, and one gay one, and one Latinx one, and one woman. I mean, it's truly ridiculous, the conversations that people have, because they're thinking that they're approaching it from a non-racist place, and it ends up being even more racist and limiting than they even realize. And so I think for me, first and foremost, people see me as a Black actor, a gay actor, a Black gay actor, and it's hard for them to imagine any kind of narrative around that sort of identity other than what we're used to, which tends to be the sassy best friend, the assistant, the intern, the hairstylist. All great roles that I would happily play if they were offered, but I also contain multitudes, and I have many experiences that are beyond the archetype that we're used to seeing.